For the longest time, I've been using two fuzzes on my main pedal board. Firstly, my main fuzz. This is like a classic vintage fuzz facey or tone bendery type fuzz. And then my second fuzz has always been an octa style fuzz. I'm talking something Octavia, something Cobb. Those are the two types of fuzzes that have lived on my board for years now. And I've swapped and changed different versions of those fuzzes, but those are the two main categories that I rely on to get my sound. I guess you could say that if I was ever to come out with a signature pedal, which would be awesome, that it would be something that combines those two ideas into one pedal and allows you to switch between them on the fly. So, as you can imagine, I was incredibly excited when Great Eastern Effects said that they were coming out with exactly that idea. This is the Great Eastern Effects Focus Fuzz Deluxe, and I'm actually wondering if this can replace all of my fuzz pedals. The Focus Fuzz has been part of Great Eastern Effects' lineup for years now as their vintage-inspired fuzz circuit. There's been a couple of different versions and iterations. There was the super limited germanium version and then the main run of silicon Focus Fuzzes, which I've loved since I got. The deluxe version is basically the germanium Focus Fuzz, but with some added extras, and is quite clearly the peak of this circuit design. I'm getting a phone call. 1 second. Hello? It's a scam. HMRC is gonna take legal action upon me apparently because I didn't reply to them. The philosophy behind the whole line of Focus Fuzzes is that it's designed to be a vintage fuzz circuit for the guitar player who's always struggled to use one in a real life band scenario. The Focus Fuzz fixes this issue by adding an additional gain stage before the fuzz circuit. This gain stage is basically the focus part of the circuit, controlled by the focus knob, and it acts like a boost slamming into the front end of your fuzz that not only kind of increases the gain and the input of the fuzz, but also focuses down on the frequencies, just like a souped up treble booster. But the thing that's really got me excited about the Focus Fuzz Deluxe is this overtone switch. Let's hear the thing and then we'll come back and talk about it. If you are enjoying the video so far, it would be amazing if you would go down and subscribe to the channel. Maybe like the video if you feel like it. It really helps me out continuing to make more videos. Yeah, let's get back to the Focus Fuzz Deluxe. Hopefully you heard there that the overtone foot switch adds an awesome sounding octave up to your fuzz sound. This gives a really biting and cutting octave up sound that is so explosive, but never kind of overtakes the core fundamental fuzz tone. It's definitely not as smooth or vocal-like as something like an Octavia or a Cobb style fuzz, but instead is more aggressive and shouty. But that is not all when it comes to the Focus Fuzz Deluxe. With this rotary switch, we can switch between a few different gain modes that completely take the fuzz out of the fuzz circuit. With this rotary switch, we can access boost and drive modes. Like I said, takes the fuzz out of the circuit, but still makes full use of the focus. And yes, of course, you can still use the overtone with these cleaner modes for clean octave up style sounds like ring mod sounds. Amazing for stacking with other drives and fuzzers. I personally think that both of these boost and drive modes, along with the overtone, could be pedals within themselves, and it's really cool that we've got them all in this really cool fuzz pedal. So to answer the question that I asked at the beginning, will the Focus Fuzz be replacing all of the fuzz pedals on my pedal board? And the answer to that is yes and no. It certainly has replaced my two fuzz setup that I mentioned before. You know, I have my vintage style, fuzz facey, tone bendery style fuzz, and then I have my Octavia as well. But for me, I've also seen this as an opportunity to add an additional alternative fuzz as well. Something even quirkier, something weirder that I don't play all the time. That's just me. I'm a fuzz guy. This thing is killer though, and it feels incredibly premium. The enclosure is beautiful. It's not hammer tone, but it definitely feels and looks like hammer tone. The gold was definitely the right way to go. No bad tones in this thing, and I think that's a real winner when it comes to any type of pedal. But yeah, I can't find a bad tone in it, and it's going to cover so much ground for fuzz connoisseurs, but also those people who maybe have struggled with vintage fuzzes before.